In today's episode, we're going to be installing the coilovers.
Okay, so this is a coilover here. What you need to do with this, I'm saying this inside the car because one, it's windy outside, and two, it's really cold. You need to copper grease all this. These do come set up, but I take them apart, copper grease all the threads, and try get in there as well. Just get copper grease on everything, and then a copper grease the insides of these threads as well, for the lock rings and the anti-roll bar and the actual, I can't remember what that part's called again. But yeah, just get these really nice copper grease, and then we'll set the heights on them. The heights have to be the same on both sides, so you need to measure from a solid point and everything like that. So if you're setting up from the original shocks, you need to know where the anti-roll bar link is, for instance. Come back over to your original shocks, pick a point you want to come from. So I came from this top bolt here to this point here on the actual shock, so I measured that distance from there to there, and then I set it up. I've already did every other one on this car, so I don't need to really worry about this distance anymore because it's all set up on this side. Let me just turn up the exposure, the ISO. Sorry about the grainy footage. So this is all tight and everything, so what I need to do is pick a solid point on the actual coilover, which I'm going to go for the top, measure down and see where all these, the distance of all these. Also, I should probably show you pretty quickly, as you can tell by the overspray in the top anyways, gonna have to clean that all up. I've came in, I've cleaned up the majority of the rust. I only had white appliance gloss and all that, so I cleaned up the rust, and I've just sprayed some paint over it. Gonna make sure that's gonna gas out for a little bit, and then I'm gonna chuck some wax oil over the top of it, just make sure it's alright. I'm not gonna wax out the top of there. I probably shouldn't have painted that because it does offset stuff, but it should be fine. It shouldn't be too much of a problem really. So I'm trying to figure out where these are and then transfer them over onto the other coilover so they're the exact same for both sides. I'm going to go from this top base plate up here down to there, and that's looking about 267.5 from that top plate up there. So I'm going to go fire it on there.
By loosening the locking rings, you can then adjust the anti-roll bar link up or down to the desired height. This can be the height of the other coilover or the height of the original shocks. Once you have set everything to your desired heights, it's time to install the coilovers. Insert the strut top mounts threads through the designated holes on the shock tower. This will hold the coilover in place whilst you reinstall everything else. Copper grease the lower two bolts and the main surfaces. Push the knuckle into the lower part of the coilover and shove a long bar or screwdriver in through a hole. Use the screwdriver plus the movement of the knuckle going back and forward in order to get a bolt through the other hole. Once the first bolt is through, insert the other one. Once again, use the movement of the steering knuckle and the screwdriver to help the other bolt go through. Screw the nuts onto the bolts, then tighten them with a 90mm socket or spanner, or both. Reassemble the caliper. slide the caliper over the pads and then insert 12mm bolts, and then tighten them.
Oh, here's a close-up. You can see that there's a little hole here that's designed for an Allen key. So what you want to do is find the correct size Allen key, which is a 5mm, and that'll stop the actual ball joint from spinning inside. So put that through your hole, put your nut onto it, thread it on the first couple of threads, Allen key into it, spanner on the outside, spin it till it's tight. I'm gonna cheat by turning that around just so I can get to it a lot easier and tighten it up. Might as well, makes it easier. Sure, these new ones. Alright, last thing to do, make sure that it's tight in there, just a little bit loose, so I'm going to run this one up, just a little bit more, just make sure that spring sits tighter. So now the T-fail if that spring can move around, so might as well fuck around the spring rates there. Oh, that's a lot better. So now it's time just to lock everything down into place. Easy. Grab your coilover tools, make sure you're tightening, loosening, yeah. There we go. So that's all tight. Give it a good wiggle. Make sure nothing's gonna move. Turn the wheel. Steering lock's on, isn't it? But yeah, just make sure it's all in. It's going nowhere. And then give the top bolts another tighten up because they might have like loosened up a little bit. Now you need to let these settle in for a little bit. Say, there is recommended things, but I'm going to go for about a month or something. So just before this goes on the road, And I'm going to adjust the heights again, make sure that every corner looks nice and balanced, and make sure little stuff like this, the anti-roll bar links and all that. I'll have to, actually, this car won't be getting moved till March. It's currently the end of January right now, the 27th. So once I get it back on the road, I'm going to have to run it for a little bit. I'm going to tighten up everything, make sure everything's in the right places. The anti-roll bar is still happy where it is. It's not falling on anything. So I might need to adjust it all the heights again, but this is just to get a kind of good setup. So next thing I'm going to do is bleed the brakes once my mate gets here. Thank you very much, Saul. And also Stuart, who did the rears, which you're going to see me bleeding the rears, but it's exactly the same. Yeah, you should know how to bleed brakes anyways. But that's these, they're all set up. Put your wheel back on once you bled your brakes, and run it for a wee bit, give everything another tighten up. Make sure everything's right, make sure your ride height's okay for you and everything like that. For the HSDs, you have to run them on the lightest dampening setting for a couple of months, a couple of thousand miles. It's like 1,000 miles or something. So yeah, just get that done and you should be sweet.
Now it's time to bleed the brakes. Fill the master cylinder full of brake fluid, then loosen the bleed nipple and slide a clear plastic tube over the end of it and run the other end of that tube into a bottle. Get someone to pump the brakes whilst keeping an eye on the level on the master cylinder. Make sure the master cylinder fluid does not run dry, as this can cause damage. After the bubbles have stopped going through the clear tube, get the person pumping the brakes to press down the brakes and hold it. Whilst they're holding it, close the bleed nipple. Repeat for the other calipers. Ensure you run water over the areas that may have brake fluid on them. This neutralizes the brake fluid and stops rust. Then after, spray some penetrating oil like WD-40 on it to then disperse the water and lubricate it. After that, you should be finished. Put your wheels back on and then lower your car to see your mad new lows.
Oh damn!
Oh shit. It's really high on the front and really low in the back.
Okay, so this is the coilovers on now. Got probably what I want for arch gap on the back. Arch gap on the front is pretty bad, but I mean I don't have the fender lining in this side, but I think I will lower that, but I'm gonna let it settle because it might actually settle down a bit better. It might actually come down lower, same with the back. Thank you, Mr. Cameraman, he's been good. Keeping no face nice and warm. But overall, doesn't look that bad. Just letting it warm up, and I'm going to take it a little spin around the private road area because it's not currently on the road.
And that's it. Your MR2 is now lowered with coilovers. Ensure you run these coilovers in, then tighten everything back up to the HSD or whoever manufacturer coilover you've got specification. The next video shall be us adjusting the coilovers to suit our needs.